Hello and welcome to this episode of Have You Seen? Today we are ranking the Mission Impossible movies from worst to best or best to worst. But we're doing it with a tier list, one of those little tier list screens you've all seen. Have you seen these things before?
I've never seen it before.
Never seen these things. You have, I know you have, because you like a tier list. And this one is the Mission Impossible one. So Tom Cruise has obviously been in every single Mission Impossible movie that there's ever been.
Also, the guy,
Vin Rames.
Yeah.
Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction.
He's been in every single one as well.
True.
Cheers.
And there might be spoilers. There might not be spoilers. This is a little warning. There could be spoilers for ones you haven't seen, just in case. Just in case. So, we're going to switch over to the tier list and begin her favourite movie. Right. We'll start with number one. Number one. Where do you want to put that?
Synopsis of the film, please.
Well, Tom Cruise is Ethan Hunt, and he's on a mission, and it's impossible.
At the
For
top.
the very first time. If you put in S tier,
Yeah, the top.
at the top, you can't put them all at S tier.
No, I know, but we can move it around, can't we?
Well, of course we can. So, Mission Impossible 2.
That's my favourite one, is it? Or not?
I don't know. Mission Impossible 2. Tom Cruise is listening to Metallica and hanging off the edge of a mountain. His hair is really long. There's motorbikes, and he flies through the air with a motorbike. That's Mission Impossible 2.
Maybe in the middle.
In the middle, so what, like B?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got Mission Impossible 3.
That's my favourite one.
Right, so that's got Philip Seymour Hoffman, the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman. He is amazing. And
That's
I think
at the top.
it's at the top. I think Mission Impossible 3 gets a little bit more serious. The other one, well, especially 2, was very goofy, I thought.
No. No. 10.
The rabbit's foot.
The rabbit's foot, indeed. So next would have been Ghost Protocol. That one is the one where he's in Dubai, hanging off the side of the Burj Khalifa.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good stunt, isn't it?
Good stunt. Did you know? Apparently, when he went to do it, I think it's this film. I might be wrong. Write in the comment section if I am wrong. He was told no by the stunt guy, the head of safety, that you can't do this, and so he sacked him.
Yeah.
And got a new one.
That should go just the second one, maybe.
So A tier.
Yeah.
It's A, B, C, D. So it works. And then you've got Rogue Nation. Now this is where Chris McCormick comes in. He obviously wrote The Usual Suspects, won an Oscar for that, and he got into action movies. So that one, where do you want that one to go? This one is the one where it's kind of like there's two parts. So I think this and Fallout are like part 1 and part 2 because you have the same villain as, in theory. I can't remember his name. And do you remember his name? The villain? No.
It's not the woman.
Not the woman. No.
When he pretends to be John Lark. That's the next one.
Yes, that's the next one.
Maybe put that in C.
C, okay. Right, so the next part is Fallout with Henry Cavill, Superman.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good one. Maybe that should go to B.
To B.
B or A? What do you think?
Well, it's up to, we'll put B for now.
Okay.
And then we've got Dead Reckoning Part 1. Where do you want that one to go? Now, that one is to do with the entity and the other stuff, which I won't say because it's a spoiler. Tom Cruise is on a motorbike and he flies off a cliff.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good
onto a
stunt as
train.
well.
Now, it's not all about stunts in these movies, but the stunts are a big thing with these.
Do you think we should put it at B again?
B. Okay. And the most recent one, the one you saw the other day.
See, I think I'd put it at
Final Reckoning.
A.
At A. Okay, so that's your first first bit of the list, let's
Okay.
say. So for me,
Yeah.
if I was to do it, because this is your tier list, I would change this around quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Okay,
So
let's see.
this is what I would do. I would move Mission Impossible, the very first one, down to C.
Of course, I'm very sorry to hear you say that.
Okay,
I would move Mission Impossible 2 down to D.
that's fair.
Pardon me?
I would keep... no, I would put Mission Impossible 3 down to A. I'd put Mission Impossible Fallout to C. I'd then put Final Reckoning down to there and Ghost Protocol there, I think. Maybe I'd bring down Part 1, Dead Reckoning, and bring up Rogue Nation. So that would be my tier
Fair.
list. My tier list. So we've switched it all around. Now it's 100% your one. This is the final reckoning of your tier
The
list.
final
I
reckoning.
wouldn't say reckoning, but you know.
Well, I want to put Mission Impossible that you moved down. That was my favourite one.
Mission Impossible 3 up to 1.
Yeah.
Well, up to S tier, yeah.
But I do think that
Do you want? You can keep things in the same.
I can keep. But I would probably move the first one up next to those two.
Come on, move.
So into B tier,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So you've got Fallout and Mission Impossible 3 in S tier.
Yeah.
Is that Ghost Protocol? I think that's Ghost Protocol. In A tier, Final Reckoning and Rogue Nation and Part 1 in B tier,
Yeah.
and Dead Reckoning Part 1 in C tier, and
Yeah.
Mission Impossible 2 in D tier.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Are you happy with that? If you don't like our tier listing, write in the comments section down below what your favourite one is, where it goes in your list. Because that'd be good to know. And then we can build up and see who... Well, no one's right because it's your opinion. But I want to see if Fallout is everyone's S tier or Part 3. Because that would be good to know.
That would be good to know if people like that one as much as I like it.
Why do you like Part 3 so much?
I like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
I also like the way that he's trying to live a normal life and then he gets sucked back in.
You can't... If you work for the IMF...
You just can't.
You can't.
do it. You just know it's going to go wrong. And I also feel like there's the thing with the other girl and they put the things in their heads.
Oh, yeah. Things in your head.
They're like the bombs in your head kind of thing.
It's pretty neat. Now that kind of reminded me of the movie Battle Royale when they have a thing around the
action.
neck
Yeah.
and you don't know when it's going to go off.
I feel like the tension in that movie is quite good. It's quite well paced.
Yeah.
I did really like the last two.
So Dead Reckoning Part 1
and the Final Reckoning.
it should just be called
But-
Dead Reckoning, by the way.
They were long.
They were very long.
They were very long.
Final Reckoning was 2 hours and 49 minutes.
I do feel like if you're not a massive Mission Impossible fan, would you bother to watch movies that are that long?
See, I found it's so much better that we watched Dead Reckoning first before seeing Final Reckoning. Because if you haven't seen Dead Reckoning for a year or so and then you go in to see Final Reckoning because it's just come out.
Shall I tell them what I thought about the trailer?
The trailer, yes.
Because I didn't remember
See,
the Final Reckoning Part 1. I didn't remember
Didn't
it
remember
at all. So when I saw him going into
The
he goes into the entity, I was like, it's a time travel film.
but mainly,
Got to be a time travel
mainly
film.
because there were a load of clips from the original films
Yeah.
in there.
I didn't remember that's what the entity was, like how you communicate with it. So I do think both films need to be watched at the same time.
But that is a long...
But that's a long day for you.
Well, it's about 4.5 hours. I mean, good Sunday afternoon. Could do that.
I would recommend it, but not everyone really likes Mission Impossible.
True. But then again, it goes to the same with Fallout and Rogue Nation. So you got the same
They're the same.
stuff going on there. You got part 1 and part 2 in theory, because obviously the bad guy is captured in part 1 or Rogue Nation, and then he is, well, they release him, they get him out in Fallout just to do the face switching thing. Now,
Yeah.
what is your favourite part about a Mission Impossible movie?
The face.
Just the face swap.
The face swapping. Like when I actually quite like at the beginning, I like the way that they start.
Yeah.
When it's usually something and then Tom Cruise like rips off the face. That's one of my favourite things.
Did we get it?
Of course we got it.
Told you we'd get it.
Would you do that if you had the ability to do that? If that was an actual thing.
I don't think I could. Everyone's always so calm and collected. I would be like the girl in Fallout, or was that, you know, when in Dead Reckoning. I would be like the girl in Dead Reckoning Part 1 when she has to be Vanessa Kirby's character, and she's there and she's like looks absolutely terrified. That would be me.
Right.
I wouldn't be that good at it.
What do you think of the bringing in of Hayley Atwell playing that character, the new replacement of Rebecca Ferguson?
I think she was good. Obviously, we were reading up on it why she decided she didn't want to stay, Rebecca Ferguson. I feel like if she would have stayed, she would have got what she wanted out of her character.
Do you?
If they didn't add Hayley Atwell in.
But do you think they
Know what I
added
mean?
Hayley Atwell in as a replacement for her because she'd already said that she was leaving?
Maybe. It feels like that those two characters could have been the same character.
Kind of. But obviously
And it
Hayley
might have
Atwell
been
is
better.
older. So...
She doesn't look older, does she?
No, she doesn't.
We were surprised. We
I
thought
thought
she was much younger.
Like 10, 15 years younger, but she's
Yeah.
older than Rebecca Ferguson. I don't know.
Who knows? I
Genes,
think
that's what it
maybe
is.
it's just... And maybe the way that they style her hair.
Maybe. Yeah. Right. Because we've done that tier list, now tell us, what was your favourite stunt from the Mission Impossible franchise?
Oh.
There's a lot.
I like the Dubai one.
The
Just
Dubai hanging off the thing.
building. It's so good. And you can tell that it's not really that safe.
No. It definitely wasn't.
Which
that
I
safe.
think makes it better. What I like about Mission Impossible stunts are there is actually a realism to them. You never feel like, even if there's hardly any CGI, but you're like,
That's Tiny Tom
amazing.
Cruise doing it.
yeah, that's amazing.
It's mad.
All the stuff when he hangs out of planes as well. I really
Oh, hanging on. So
hanging
Rogue,
off the side of a plane.
Rogue Nation, when he hangs on the side of a plane, he literally did that.
Yeah.
Mad. Obviously, he was strapped down and stuff, and they removed that with the CGI part. I think my favourite stunt is weird. It's a weird one. At the moment, it's the stunt of the underwater in Final Reckoning on the submarine, because it's just mad. But mainly because it was so intense at that point. It was so like anxiety driven, and no one likes anxiety. But it was really.
It built the tension.
It built the tension, and then he's trying to get through the tube with his little gas mask thing, and he don't can't.
And then he just takes it off.
He couldn't fit. He still had it on, but he pushed it through first. It was good. It was, but like that wasn't really a major stunt as such. The free falling in Fallout with Henry Cavill, because he actually did that. They actually got that high and jumped out, which is mad. But no one ever thinks about the cameraman doing it as well. They all talk about like, oh yeah, Tom Cruise did it. There was a guy filming it with him.
That's true.
So there's that guy. So
Shout out to the cameraman.
definitely, I've got I'll never do anything like that. But as someone that uses a camera every day, good. I should talk about them. What did you think about the cinematography for Final Reckoning?
I thought it was like stepped up. I think every Mission Impossible film, the cinematography stepped up.
Right.
and they go to like epic looking places. Obviously, like that one you've got the desert. The final two were like quite mountain focused.
Yeah. Well, that was same with Fallout as well.
Same with Fallout, that was mountain focused. And I think it was really like the motorbike stunts were really good because of the mountains.
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed the cinematography for, I'm gonna say, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Mainly because of like the train stuff. Yeah, it was good. Anyhow, that has been our little tier list for the Mission Impossible films. Write in the comment section down below what your favourite is, and don't forget to subscribe, so we'll do more, and we might even do more tier lists like this of other movies, other franchises. So subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye forever.